Good morning, Ohio. Erie Shores Prepper here, and I'm showing you some images of homemade raised bed gardens. Stuff that you can do on your own in your backyard, front yard, rural setting. And this was all free wood. I got it from scrap sites. So it may not look the best, but free is for me. Now I did have to pay for the piping and some of the fencing around there. Most of them are irregular shape, but they do produce food. And that's the biggest thing we want to do. All right, did have to pay for the dirt. I got 2 cubic yards in the back of the pickup truck and filled that all up. And I think that was a total of maybe $45 at the local greenhouse. Didn't take long to build, obviously. Not very difficult at all. If I can do it, believe me, anybody else can do it. PVC piping, I think for all of it was like $30 or so. And normally I would have that covered in plastic, which I will do come April. When it starts to warm up, I want to superheat the ground so it thaws out. And then I'll start planting in there early. So this is another option, raised bed gardens. All wood, treated lumber, good scrap. It'll last a while. And it has produced tomatoes, greens, kohlrabi, different stuff like that. What I want to show you is, for those of you that say I'm not tearing up my yard to plant gardening, this is galvanized steel basement window well units. As you can see right there, they're pretty substantial. I believe they're 3 feet tall. There's 2 sections to them. You can buy them individually or by the pair. So in order to form a circle, you obviously have to have 2 of them. And then I connected them together with plastic zip ties and snipped it all off. All right, so these could be had at Lowe's, any of your Home Depot stores, any of that box chain stuff. Galvanized, and I think they've gone to plastic now. So get 2 of those, put them together, zip tie them together. I believe it took a half a bale straw as base, and then 4 bags of 50-pound raised bed garden soil to top it off. Now once the straw starts to deteriorate, you're going to have to add more dirt. But in the meantime, you can build a transportable, and when I say transportable, if it doesn't grow where you plant it, cut the zip ties, undo it, you'll have a pile of dirt left over, put it back together in the spot you want it, and then refill the dirt. So once the straw starts breaking down, it'll sink down and you'll have to add that. But in the meantime, you will have as many portable garden units to grow vegetables in that don't detract from your backyard. You'll still have your lawn, but you can put these anywhere. Now, I have planted potatoes in there, sweet potatoes in here, all kinds of broccoli and everything else. Everything grows fine. And I am in the woods, so that makes it tough. But these work well, easy to put together, relatively inexpensive. I think I may have a total per unit of $75 to $80. And these are 3 years old, so divide that by 3 and you have absolutely minimal amount. And it's easy to do, and there's nothing better than your homegrown vegetables. Now, if you say, okay, I don't have any room, here's an old abandoned picnic table that I've found by the roadside, put it in the back of the pickup truck, and I have planter units set on top of it for leaf greens. Spinach does real well on those. Anything small. But again, you're making your own food, growing your own food, and it tastes pretty good. So you can see I had a red cabbage in there that didn't quite make it. I planted it late in the season. These pots, I got a lot of these. Again, they were salvage. They were going to be thrown out, put by the roadside. I grabbed them, refilled them with dirt. Each one of these pots you could put one tomato plant in, and we were having cherry tomatoes growing in there. The cost is only the dirt. The planter itself is free. The seeds, again, I started them under the grow lights, so I had cherry tomatoes till winter hit. Broken down trailer cart, again, salvage, filled it with dirt. That's my sweet potato bed, and out of that bed I get anywhere from 5 to 8 pounds of sweet potatoes every year. Not a whole lot, but again, I have limited growing thing. And the dirt, it came from when I had the cubic yardage put in the back of there, and all I do is refertilize it every year. So you can, in limited space, grow and make your own vegetable gardens for relatively a small amount. One of the other things too is Tractor Supply. You see these big Rubbermaid cattle watering things. The big ones here, again, hold a lot of dirt. I filled the bottom of it with dead wood, stumps, logs, straw, everything else. I've had to refill it a couple times. Got this from Tractor Supply. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the tag there, but again, comes with a drain, so in case it, you know, we get a lot of rain like we did last couple times and the ground or the dirt gets way over soaked, pull the plug on that and drain it and everything else. On these right here, again, I do plant potatoes. Red potatoes seem to grow real well in both of those. I got them sitting on a pallet, and one of the benefits is squirrels and other creatures can't seem to climb up in there and salvage it, so eat it, ruin it, and dogs can't trample on it, and I have dogs. So again, it's another growing container. It can be used multiple use in case you decide you don't want to garden anymore. Dump the dirt out, wash it out, and you have, you know, a water trough, you know, or water bin, whatever you want to use it for, or something else. Goji berry plant, started from small, produces a huge amount of goji berries. Got the whiskey barrel from Menards, filled it all up, and it really seems to like that. I personally don't like goji berries, but you know, I know people that do, and I encourage them. Hey, you know, you may bring them to you, or you're welcome to come over and pick them when they come around for a shoot around or something else like that. So there's that. Now, on these, again, more salvage, raised bed gardens. Wood was free, pulled the nails out, and used what I could, you know, cut them to fit as best I could. May not be the best looking. I believe they're going on 4 or 5 years old, but they do it good. And these are cattle panels. I don't know if you can see that real well with the sunlight. Got that Tractor Supply as well. The problem with cattle panels are on these 12-footers is that they hang over on your pickup truck and they don't deliver, so I had to bend them in half so they don't look perfectly symmetrical. But one of the good things about that is nailed them on the outside of the raised bed gardens, and these really produced cucumbers. Help grow those. Cucumbers love to climb, and I put that in there, and man, we had a huge amount of cucumbers growing on these right here. The other cattle panel, I grew spaghetti squash, and that was the best year for our spaghetti squash. They love climbing those and everything else. Plant a variety of stuff to find out what grows in your area. I'm on limited sunlight, but I use whatever space I can to do that and grow. Here is my strawberry bed. I've had put a lot of fencing around it, squirrels, chipmunks, and they like that. They eat the daylights out of the strawberry, so I'll put some fence or screening over the top of it, and we had a pretty nice strawberry harvest this year once I learned to do that. Again, more window units for growing peas. These didn't make it before winter hit, but you could see the unit there. And again, put up some plastic landscape fencing around there. Peas love to climb over that and produce. Blueberries do real well here in Ohio. That one's going on, I believe, 3 years old. And boy, I'll tell you what, if we can keep the birds out of it, they'll do really good. Another window well unit. I love the window well units because they're easy to move, easy to put together. You can have it filled and planted in under an hour. Under an hour, you can be starting your own garden bed. These are thornless blackberries. Love them. They do really well. I'll be cutting them back in the springtime and putting them in other units that I'm going to build to grow more blackberries. But they do real well, produce a lot of berries, good size ones too, about the size of your thumb. So we had some blackberries for dessert. Again, it's not a lot, but it's the encouragement of saying I am growing my own food and I'm enjoying it. So again, I wanted to do something a little different. I'm not the professional gardener. I take advantage of what's available and what kind of quantities is available. I really don't care what it looks like. It may not be polished. However, come growing season, I'm out here harvesting food and supplementing our grocery bill. And that's the whole idea. I have others built, and I'll probably be building more. And once I determine what actually does real well or not. So again, thanks for looking at my channel. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I need to grow. I need to form more groups. Need help in growing. I need help in everything, and I can be of help. And that's the whole idea. Thank you so much, Ohio.